Daily Trust Foundation, a non-profit organization and arm of Media Trust Limited, has moved a step further by commissioning its training facility with state-of-the-art equipment, supported by MacArthur Foundation.
Dedicated to the training of all journalists, hosted here at the Media Trust Foundation, so that everyone can benefit in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chairman of the foundation, Alhaji Biliya Bala, opened the ceremony by thanking the MacArthur Foundation for its unwavering support and challenged journalists to ensure the investment does not go to waste.
The Daily Trust Foundation places high premium on capacity building for journalists. However, the high cost of hiring halls, training aids, and other equipment in hotels is too prohibitive for regular workshops, seminars, and other training programs to be undertaken more often than we do now. This limitation, however, changed with the MacArthur Foundation's Media Sustainability Grant received in 2020. We have now been able to remodel a section of the old Media Trust Limited building into a modest training hall being commissioned today.
While thanking Media Trust board members for organizing the event, Director, MacArthur Foundation, Dr. Kole Shatima, said many media houses have collapsed due to lack of funding and the COVID-19 pandemic.
From the perspective of MacArthur, we have been struggling on, how do we ensure that our media have a multiple streams of income? Maybe some of them will come from advertisement. Maybe some of them will come from the kind of training institution that you have. Maybe some of them will come from membership. Maybe some of them will come from subscription. Maybe some of them will come from all kinds of things, so that we have a media that does not rely only on one source of income, so that when that source of income gets compromised, then the whole media itself becomes compromised.
When asked reasons for the collaboration, he had this to say.
I think I want this place to be used effectively and efficiently. I want it to be a resource center for everybody and every journalist in the country. And I want it to be a hub whereby knowledge impacted on people. I want it to be a place where new skills and new ideas are shared and discussed as well.
Programs Director of the Foundation, Dr. Theophilus Abba, gives us a background of why and when the idea was conceived.
Daily Trust Foundation had been part of the Media Trust Limited, because what the Daily Trust Foundation does is CSR, this corporate social responsibility, humanitarian activities, humanitarian support for individuals, for young people and others. Daily Trust Foundation is therefore not totally new. It has part of the system. Now, but in 2016, the idea of a foundation was conceived, as a separate entity, with its own board that will, execute these humanitarian projects.
Executive Director and Editor-in-Chief Daily Trust was not left out, as he told journalists to gear up for life-changing opportunities because every sacrifice made is to empower them and make them grow.
I will only focus on my colleagues, the journalists who are here, and everything that the Daily Trust Foundation, the Media Trust, the MacArthur are doing is because of us, the journalists.
Also present was General Manager and CEO Trust TV, Ibrahim Shehu Adamu, Vice Chairman of the Foundation, Alhaji Isiaq Ajibola, and other facilitators. Gone are the days where huge amounts of money is spent on renting halls for trainings. With the purpose of the foundation already achieved, a cross-section of participants and recipients also had their expectations.
This event is unique because it's twofold. The first is the commissioning of Daily Trust Foundation Training Hall and training on understanding agriculture and the value chain. The essence of the hall, we have a new training hall now, donated by MacArthur Foundation, and we are commissioning it today for usage for our training because we do a lot of training for journalists.
The commissioning is long overdue, really, because the foundation, even before the commissioning, have been doing a lot in building the capacity of journalists, not only journalists within the Daily Trust, but journalists across other media. They've been invited media from other outfits to participate in training, a series of training, journalism, editing, data journalism, a lot of training, and they have been doing that. And now you can see the office, instead of them to be going to the hotels to go and be doing this training, you can see the office, well-equipped training center that they built within the Daily Trust complex.
Before now, several times when we want to do the training, we either hire a hotel or a hall somewhere and all of that. But recently we got our own hall, which is a big deal, and that is what we are launching today. So now, because we have our hall here, it's going to make it easier, it's going to make it more convenient. When you have training, you can even have training on short notice because you already have the hall for it.
The trainings by the Daily Trust Foundation I have gained tremendously. And you see, the good thing about the Daily Trust Foundation is that they don't just train staff of Daily Media Trust Limited. Most of the time you find that they train also journalists working with other platforms, which is very interesting because it just tells you that what the foundation is trying to do is that they're trying to build the capacity of journalists all over the country.
MacArthur Foundation has been engaged in successful projects and contributions to journalism. As part of effective reportage and professionalism, both foundations also commenced a 3-day workshop on investigating the agricultural sector to help in advancing the cause of participation and accountability in the sector now that Nigeria has an unstable economy.
Well, it is to give them insight into the historical antecedents of Nigerian agricultural system and the potentials of agriculture in terms of economic regeneration.
Agriculture has become the mainstay of Nigeria's economy, whether we like it or not, lately. So it's good that journalists should have the capacity to be able to cover the agricultural sector properly, and with recent attacks on farmers and the rest, we need to be able to know how to mitigate our roles there, to cover it properly, to talk to farmers and everything.
This auspicious event brought well-wishers from diverse media organizations to celebrate the good deeds of Daily Trust Foundation with support from MacArthur Foundation in bringing to the fore journalists of world-class repute. Dashan Hussaina Usman, Trust TV News, Abuja.